Hello, hello, everybody. Good night. Can you hear me?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Jose. How are you today?
A little tired because I was working in a homework assignment at the
Oh my,
university.
oh my God. But
Yes,
anyways, so welcome to the class. Maritza, welcome. Hello, Maritza. How are you today?
Hi, teacher.
Hi, how are you?
A really good teacher.
Excellent.
I
Okay.
working, but it's okay.
Okay. So welcome, Jose, and also Jocelyn, Monica, Anna, and I guess the is Kelly, right? Jonathan Stanley is, I forget your name because it was another name over here. Stephanie, right? Welcome, Stephanie. How are you today?
Hi, good evening. I'm fine, very well. What
Excellent.
about you?
So far, so good. I am very happy because now I had a better internet connection. So,
Okay.
Josue Nathanael, welcome to the class. Monica and Gloria, how are you today?
Um, Good evening, teacher and classmate. Today I am very tired because I work very late, very
Mhm.
late. Yes, um, because we'll have the celebration, the the holiday of the Children Day,
Mhm.
and the next Friday.
Ah, yes, right. So,
Yes.
okay, so basically you have been very busy, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So what about you, Monica? How are you today?
My day very good, teacher.
Excellent. I am happy to hear that everything is so good. And Anna, how
Yes.
are you today, Anna?
I'm fine, teacher.
Excellent.
I'm fine.
Okay. Okay, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to the class for today. I am happy because Friday is coming, so just tomorrow, and we are going to have Friday. I really like weekends because on weekends I don't work. What about you? Do you work on weekends or no?
Yes, teacher.
Oh
I
my God.
work
I
on
am so sorry.
Saturday every day.
I am so sorry for you, Anna.
Bro, cree que me agrada un poco. Gracias, créeme que lo aprecio, puta. A ver cuándo hacemos tal vez una
Hi,
meeting, vos, si tengas chance en algún momento. Hablamos,
hi,
pues, así.
hi, Dennis.
Claro que sí, porque
Hi, Dennis. How are you? Okay, so we are going to continue with the class. Alejandra Beatriz. Hello, Alejandra. Nice to see you.
Hello, teacher.
Hi, Alejandra. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Excellent. And also we have over here also Harold. So today at the end of the class, I am going to show you this because I was about to tell you that with me every Friday you are going to have some evaluations on Friday with me. Okay, so on Friday we are going to have an evaluation. It's going to be an oral evaluation, also a listening, and also an online test that we are going to have on Friday. So today we are going to practice, but this practice is going to be at the end. At the end of the class, we are going to have a practice like this one. I am going to do this practice today with you. So in that way, you are going to have a better idea how my evaluation is going to be on Friday, okay? So this practice is going to help you a lot. So in that way, on Friday, you can have a good grades, okay? Before we continue with the class, I would like to let you know that every day I am taking also notes, and also over here, I had a schedule where I can take the assistant, and also I can take your performance. So I really like that you participate, that you can be on time over here. And also, if you had any homework, you have to do the homework on the book, okay? And right now, before we continue with the class, I am going to make a review. But let me welcome to Mario Josue and also Alvin and Harold. How are you today, guys?
Fine, teacher.
Great, Mario. What about you, Harold?
I think that fine, teacher.
Thank you.
Ready for
Alvin?
the weekend.
Yes, right. The weekend is coming.
Yeah.
You know what? I am very happy because also Christmas is coming. Today, when I finished my job in the university, I was working over there, and I went to Freun. In Freun, I was buying something over there, and there are many Christmas things over there in Freun. So I was in shock because Christmas is here, right? Basically, some shops and in the mall, they had already the Christmas tree. They had many things about Christmas. So do you have the feeling that Christmas is coming? Just, I really like Christmas, to be honest, because I like to watch TV, and I like to spend time with my family. Do you like Christmas or no?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, right. Do you like to watch Mi Pequeño Angelito?
Yeah, all the time.
El Grinch, right? Also, I like to watch El Grinch. Yes, right. I like Christmas. I really like to eat chicken, right? El recaudo también. I like. So today we are going to have a little conversation about wishes, because if you remember, we were talking about this topic about the modal and how we can create sentences, right? Something that you can express possible, something that you regret. So today we are going to talk about hypothetical situations, something that you would like to wish for Christmas that is going to happen or that didn't happen. So we are going to talk a little bit about that. However, before we continue, I would like that you can help me to make a review. So we are going to check what we have been studying yesterday, and let's start with should have. Can someone tell me what is the meaning about should have?
The
Debería
meaning in Spanish?
Yes.
tener.
Okay. Debía haber.
Aha. And can you give
Should
me?
have? No
Can you
debía
give?
haber.
So can you give me an example, please?
For example, I shouldn't have played soccer today because right now I have a hurt my leg.
Ah, okay, thank you. So what about if I want to make an example in negative?
Sorry, teacher. For the moment, I'm gonna be like listener, but around 45 minutes, I'm gonna turn on the camera, right?
Okay, sure. No problem, don't worry.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, thank you. So can someone give me an example in negative? How I am going to make an example in negative talking about should have?
I shouldn't bought the refrigerator this last month, for example.
Excellent, thank you. So over here, as you can see, we have two options, right? We can say I should not, or as you said, we can make a contraction over there and we can say I shouldn't, right? So excellent, thank you so much. So that is a good example. So over here, also, we are going to check the next one, that the next one that we have is would have. So with would have, do you remember when or how we can use would have? What is the purpose or what is the meaning in Spanish about would have?
Hubiera.
Yes, right? So it's going to be used to express probable outcomes, probable situations. So in this case, since would have is going to be to express a hypothetical situation. Stephanie, can you please provide me just an example using would have that you can think about? Whatever example that you want.
Okay. If I would have to study,
Mhm.
I have to pass the exam.
Okay, excellent. So what about in negative? Can someone give me an example in negative using would? How we can make an example in negative using would?
Wouldn't.
Wouldn't, right? It's going to be in this way. So do you think that this is a good example, the one that I had here? I would not have taken the test if I had studied more. What do you think? Jose or Gloria, do you consider that this is a good example or there is any mistake over here? Remember that I am just, with would have, I am expressing a hypothetical situation, okay?
Teacher, una pregunta.
Yes.
Y en este caso, los verbos son en participos. Ambos.
Yes, yes, because over here, remember that every time that we are using had as an auxiliary, we are talking the past perfect. Even if we were talking present perfect or we are talking about the modals with have, every time the verbs are going to be like that, as you said, in past participle.
Yeah, thank you.
So I would not have taken the test if I had studied more. What do you think? Is a good example this one or do you have another one? Or for example, if I want to make this example in a different way, can I use in this way? Can I say I wouldn't? For example, in this way? What do you think? Can I say in these two ways or it is not possible?
It is not possible because you create a construction.
Uh-huh.
You only say I wouldn't gone.
So can you please provide me an example? Which is gonna be the best way? Or if you want, you can send me the example on the chat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is going to be a good point that we are going to review. Also, I would like to mention about could have. Do you remember what is the meaning or what is the purpose or when I am going to use could have?
Pude.
Uh-huh.
Pude.
So could have is going to be to express possible outcomes, possible results. So for example, if I have not been so irresponsible, I could have gotten better grades. Si no hubiera sido tan irresponsable, hubiera obtenido mejores notas. So that is to express a possible result or a possible outcomes. So it's to express a possibility, right? Something that didn't happen, but you wish that that happened. Jose, do you have an example that you can give it to me using would or using could? Sorry.
Okay, so I couldn't have a good grade in my last test
Mhm. Okay, thank you. Okay, so that is a good example. So let's do the following. Over here, I have something for you. So we are going to check this activity that I had here. And I am going to show you something, and I am going to explain to you something very interesting that we had over here. Let me check over here, and these are the examples that we had over here. So you are going to help me to choose the best option. And over here, just we are going to match the best examples that we have with the number one with the letters that we had over here. So Idalia, the number one, can you please read the number one that we had over here?
If I had gone to so many parties.
If I hadn't gone to so many parties, which is gonna be the best option for you, Idalia? Letter A, letter B, or C, or D? Or the others? Maybe Josue or Gloria, you can help me. Which is the best option for
Okay,
you?
maybe letter B. If I
Letter-
hadn't gone to so many parties, I couldn't have borrowed money for a new car.
Letter B. So what do you think the other ones? Stephanie, Josue, Dennis, or Mario? Do you think that that is the best one? Or can we have another option?
I agree with she.
Okay, you agree with her.
Continue is the letter C. I would have done better in school.
I would have done better in school. That sounds also very good, right? So if I hadn't gone to so many parties, I would have done better in school. Okay, so I am going to follow your steps. So it's going to be letter C. So Angie, can you read the number 2, please?
It's been confusing.
Or maybe Gabriela. Can you please help me to read the number 2, Gabriela?
D.
Oh,
Yes.
letter D.
If I'd be more careful.
Uh-huh. And which one do you consider? Go ahead, sorry.
I wouldn't have lost all my documents.
Excellent.
Yes.
So people, do you consider that that is the best one, the best answer, letter D, for the number 2?
I think so.
So if I had been more careful, I wouldn't have lost all my documents. It makes sense, right? For me, it makes sense. And yes, it can be that one, the best answer. So let's continue with the number 3. So number 3, Joanna, can you please help me to read the number 3? Or maybe you, Monica. Monica, can you please help me to read the number 3?
If I'd been wiser, letter E.
Letter E. Okay, this word is wiser. If I had been wiser. And what is the best option for you? Is A, B, C, D, or E?
A.
I would have been nicer to my parents. Letter A.
C.
Letter C.
I think, teacher, there is E, the last one. I wouldn't have agreed with my boss.
Excellent. Argue. So I wouldn't have argued with my boss. So yes, right? It makes sense. Everybody, are you in agreement or no? Miguel, what do you think?
I was thinking in the meaning of wiser.
What is the meaning? Do you know?
I don't know, teacher. I don't know. That's the
Okay.
reason. Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to tell you, however, someone, do you know the meaning about wiser or no?
Yeah.
Yes,
What is
teacher, is when the people are so very
Sabio.
intelligent. Yes.
exactly? So that is the meaning, right? Excellent. For example, if you are wiser, you are very intelligent, right? So that is you can say that is a synonym, right? So that is the meaning, Miguel. Okay,
Okay, thanks.
excellent. Thank you. So Paola, can you read the number 4, please?
Yes. If I listening to my financial, ¿cómo?
Financial advisor.
Financial advisor. Quiero ver. I wouldn't have borrowed money for a new car.
Excellent. So that is a very good example, right? And that makes sense. Excellent. Thank you so much, Paola. And the last one, if you want, can you help me with this one? Yes?
Okay. It's if I hadn't been so rebellious, I would have been nicer to my parents.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much. So this was just a little practice that we had for today. And also, I am going to share something with you very important over here. Just give me one moment, because I am going to make this practice that is going to help you a lot. However, before we continue, do we have any question about something that we don't understand or something that is not clear about the topic? Or which one do you consider that can be more difficult for you? That you can say, this one is kind of confused, so I don't understand this one.
Teacher, I have two questions.
Go ahead, tell me.
One of is the meaning for those words that we saw yesterday, that's meaning turning point and milestone. They are similar.
They are at some point similar. However, if you go to Google, right, and in the translator, you place the words in the translator, over there is not going to give you the perfect meaning, because these are expressions that we have and they are different, right? So I am going to talk a little bit about that as well, so we can have a better idea. So over here in the book, I am going to show you as well that there is a part in the book that is talking about turning points. So turning points are some events that happen in your life that change your life, right? For example, when you get married, for me, that is a turning point because that changed your life, right? In that moment. So, for example, also when your parents, they pass away, right? So that is something that changed your life forever. And I am going to show you that over here on the book, because as far as I remember, it was the previous page before this one. And I believe that it was also over here. Let's see. Okay. This one, it was this part. What has been a turning point in your life? So this is what we were talking about yesterday, about some things that happen in your life, right? That change your life forever. What about milestones? Do you remember everybody, or do you have a better idea about what talked about yesterday that is the meaning about this? It's almost similar. Do you remember this word? We checked yesterday, and thank you so much for asking that question, Anna, because I am going to include this part of the vocabulary on the test that we are going to have. Okay, so if you don't have any idea, don't worry. You can tell me, teacher, I don't have any idea, so I am going to share this on the chat. So everybody, if you had pen and paper, you can take notes and you can write this on the chat. So what is this, the exact meaning of the milestone? The milestone is a significant event in your life. Often a milestone marks the start of a new chapter. For example, the day that you graduate from the high school, was a milestone in your life, right? Something that also marked your life. So this is something that basically marked your life, and turning point is something that changed your life. So it's a little bit different, but it's also similar. So over there also, I sent to you an example that you can write down on also your book, because on the test, there is a probability that I am going to ask you if you can please provide me a turning point that happened in your life, or that you can provide me the meaning, right? So Anna, did I answer your question or not yet?
Yes, teacher.
Thank you.
I suppose that it was similar, but the difference is the first one, the turning point, change your life forever, and the milestone only change the way that you continue doing. For example,
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Anna. Thank you, and that was a very good understanding. Okay, so if I
I
got
have
it,
another question.
go ahead, tell me.
It was about the grammar.
Uh-huh.
When we use this expression in the auxiliary with have, when you continue to talk about it in this sentence, in what time that you have to express. For example, if I said I would have, or I could have gotten better grades while I was studying, or I was studying at the school, for example. And it is the past participle with ing, or we change for, because in the grammar you use the have been, it listen, so it is past participle. But when you continue to talk with this, what if you can change the times, for example, was studying for, or I will for the future. That was the reason. I don't know if you understand what is my point.
Yes, I am going to give you an example, and thank you, and I really appreciate that you are asking those questions, because in that way, everybody, we can have a better understanding, right? And thank you so much, Anna, for asking that question. So I am going to show you, and also I am going to give you an example that we can have a better idea. And we are going to check one by one, okay? And also I am going to support my ideas using the book. Because over here in the book, if you are able to see the examples, maybe Harold, can you help me to read example number 1 with should?
I shouldn't have done an internship while I was in college.
Excellent, thank you so much. Okay, look, everybody over here. We had should have. Should have is going to be the auxiliary. So every time that you had should have, would have, and could have, the next verb is going to be in participle. Okay? So that is something that we have to understand easy. So every time that you are going to use would have, could have, the verb is going to be in participle. No in present, no in simple past, it's going to be in participle. That is something that you have to know. That is the first important thing that I would like to mention. Okay? Also, let's talk about, go ahead, sorry.
Teacher, it doesn't matter if the sentence is question or negative or
Exactly.
present. It doesn't.
Exactly. Thank you so much. As you said, it doesn't matter if this is a question, an interrogative, negative, positive. Always is going to be a past participle verb. Okay?
Thank you.
That is the first thing that is very important. Second, when we are talking about should have done, in this case, as you can see, it can be a second sentence next to that expression, right? So over here, as you can see, there is one sentence, and over here, there is another one. And it's join the two sentences with while, that is a conjunction. So over here, most of the time, when we are using should have, you can next the two sentences with a simple past, but the simple past is going to be in the second sentence. For example, if I shouldn't have gone to the university, or if I should have taken the medicine while I was sick or when I was sick. So you can use the simple past and also the should have. So you can have the two ideas using should have. However, in talking about would have, in would have is going to be totally different. And I am going to tell you why. First of all, I don't know if you had a study or do you have a better idea about the third conditional. If you don't have any idea, don't worry, because there is a new topic that we are going to check. Because when we are talking about would have, and I am going to share this on the chat, and you can take notes about this, in would have is going to be totally different. Because for me, it doesn't make sense if I give you an example like this one, that I am going to share over here on the chat and also on my screen, when I am using would have. And this is my example. And you are going to tell me if this makes sense for you. I would have passed the test. Hubiera pasado el test, pero le falta algo, ¿verdad? Se siente como cuta la oración. So, ¿qué le falta aquí? Le falta un condicional para que esta oración tenga sentido. If I say, I would have passed the test. Ajá, pero ¿qué le falta? Le falta un complemento. And when we are talking about would have, as I told you, it's totally different. And you have this information on the chat. Because for this, we are going to use the third condition. ¿Qué le falta a mi oración? Gloria
If
o
I
Mónica.
had.
If I had, exacto. Le falta un condicional. Si yo hubiera estudiado, ¿verdad? Aquí sí tiene sentido. So now makes sense. I would have passed the test if I had studied. Hubiera pasado el examen si hubiera estudiado. That makes sense. Hace mucho sentido a que yo ya solo diga, I would have passed the test. Ajá, but what? It's missing something, right? So in this one, you have to be very careful because this is totally different. And as you can see over here, my examples, the examples that we had on the book, over here you have the third conditional, that the third conditional you are going to use the past perfect, right? And every time, as you know, and what we are talking with Anna is that the verbs are going to be in participle. So that is the most important because it doesn't matter if you are using would have, could have, the verbs has to be in participle, okay? However, when we are talking about should have, over there is totally different. Why? Because it makes sense, for example, if I said, I should have done the test. Hubiera hecho el test. So do you consider that this is a complete sentence or is missing something?
It's missing something.
And what is missing? Can you give me the complement, for example?
Well,
I am going to give you the complement. So over here is different because over here I can use the simple past. You can say, I should have done the test when I was in my house. Or I should have eaten, hubiera comido mi comida, eaten the food when I was in my house. So every time when you are going to create a sentence, you need to have a complement when we are talking about should have, would have, and could have. Okay, so that is very essential and very important at this point. Because if not, your sentences, they don't make sense. And what we have been talking about is also that the verbs are going to be in past participle. It doesn't matter if they are negative, if they are positive, they are going to be in past participle. So far, it's so clear como el agua o como el horchata.
No, teacher, is clear. But
como
my, my problem is when I try ¿cómo se llama? To make the sentence.
Uh-huh.
Because for me it's a little confused. They use the words.
Mhm.
I know that I need practice. My problem is I need practice.
Yes, I understand. And don't worry, because I am going to have some practice with you today. So something that my recommendation is what you have to learn is, and I hope that you know, the verbs in present, past, and participle, right? That is very essential that you have to know at this point. Because, as you know, we have some regulars, verbs, a los famosos que le agregamos ed, and also we have the irregular verbs, right? So over here, that is the most important when we are talking about the modals, because as I said, the next verb is going to be in participle. And for example, right, one irregular is take, took, and taken. So the ones that we are using is the last one, the participle. So my recommendation is when you have free time, because I know that for you, for everybody, it's kind of difficult because you are working and you don't have time. However, on weekends, my recommendation is that you can look for internet, and also I am going to send some information on WhatsApp that you can check this, right? That you can review, because if you don't have any idea about the verbs in participle, we are lost, because that is essential, right? That you know this, the verbs in participle. With the regular verbs, it is very easy, right? Because just we have ed, but with the irregulars, they are different because as you know, they change, right? So before we continue, because I know that this can be kind of confused sometimes. However, as I said, if you don't understand something, you can tell me, teacher, I don't understand this, and don't worry, because we are going to practice more and more. So everybody on the chat, I am going to send you this, that we are going to complete the sentences, and this is going to be personal information, okay? So you are going to do this alone. And over here on the chat, I am going to share this information. And everybody, please, I would like that you can check the chat right now, because you are going to complete these sentences right now that I am going to share with you. So just it's going to be 5 sentences that you have to complete with your personal information. And I am going to give you an example, okay? So everybody, please check the chat and you can give me your answers. Just it's going to be 4 examples that you have over there. And you are going to send me this information on the chat, okay? Yes, you are going to complete your information. For example, number 1, it says, I should have been, and it's missing a complement, when I was younger. The number 2, it says, I should have been, and there is a space that you can complete the sentences with your personal information. And the number 3, it says, if I had been more intelligent or more ambitious, I could have gone to USA, or I could have gotten a better job. And over there, I sent to you an example. My example is, if I had been more ambitious, I could have gotten a better job. So that is my example. So take the time and please send me the 4 examples back. If you have some questions, tell me, okay? Thank you so much for your example, Paola. I am going to tell you something, Paola. In this case, you can say, I should have practiced more English. I could have gotten a better position in my job. So you can take el been. So let's take out been, and you can say, I should have practiced with ed.
Thank you. Thank you.
So everybody, please send me your examples on the chat. Angie, thank you so much for your examples.
You're welcome, teacher.
Thank you. Also, Stephanie, thank you so much for your examples. They are very good. Thank you. Dennis, excellent example. Thank you. Monica Alejandra, also excellent examples. Thank you so much. Also, Mari Jose, excellent examples. Thank you. Also, Ena Lopez, those are wonderful examples. Thank you so much. Okay, so everybody, please, you can send me these examples on the chat. And also, since, as I promised you, the most important over here is to practice, right? The more we practice, the better we are going to be. So right now, just we are going to have a presentation talking about your biggest regrets in your life. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about this, so we are going to continue, and I am going to send the information on the chat. So you can check this on the chat. Also, thank you so much, Jose Rivas. So over here in the chat, I sent to you this information so that you can get ready, and you are going to have 5 minutes, okay? So let's think about in your whole life, since you were a kid, since you were in high school or in the university, which are the regrets that you remember in your life. So just you are going to mention 3, and you are going to share with the class, okay? In a presentation that we are going to have. So please, everybody, take the time to think which are the regrets that you had been in your life since you were in high school or in the university, right? So over there, I send the information on the chat, and we are going to have 5 minutes, 5 minutes to think about.
Sorry, teacher, I have problem with my computer. Can you repeat it, the exercise, what we do right now? I read the instruction that we have oral presentation. Is oral presentation that right now here in the class, or we will write?
No. It's going to be just an oral presentation, okay? It's going to be a little practice that we can talk and that we can have a conversation. And basically in 5 minutes, I am going to ask random someone who can tell me or someone who can answer this question, okay? So if you want, you can write down your answers and I am going to ask you, okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you also to Gloria Alicia, Miguel Angel, Harold, and Joanna. Thank you so much for your examples. So now let's take the time to get ready for this presentation that we are going to have. Also, Iris, thank you so much for your examples. Also, Jocelyn, thank you so much for your examples. Okay, so we had 5 minutes to get ready for this presentation to talk about this question that I sent to you on the chat. Marcia Aguilar, thank you so much. Those are very good examples. Thank you.
Hi, coach.
Hi, Dennis.
I would like to say something, coach,
Go ahead.
because for me it's really complicated. Why I say that? Because the truth of matter is that this topic, the preconditional, is really complicated because when I decide to apply to a call center, they ask me a question in true conditional. The question is, what would you do if you were a president or something like that? So it's really complicated.
Okay, I understand. You know, I believe that that is going to be the next topic that we are going to check on the book. So don't worry, Dennis. We are going to have a review, and also remember me that I am going to send some videos on YouTube about this on WhatsApp. so you can have a better idea, because sometimes when we are talking about the first, the second, or the third conditional, sometimes we can get confused because we are talking about some hypothetical situation, right?
The most difficult part is when you try to complement.
Yes, exactly.
Your microphone.
Yes, also thank you so much, Gloria. That was a good example. Thank you. Just something over there, Gloria, is that at the very beginning, you are using three verbs. So it says, I shouldn't have stopped study, because today is more difficult because my time is full of activities. So we had to be careful because at the very beginning, you are using three verbs together, right? So you can say, I shouldn't have stopped taking classes, for example. I am going to give you, I am going to correct the sentence. I am going to show you at the very beginning, Gloria, you can do this. I shouldn't have stopped. So we are going to start. Stephanie, what is your favorite number, Stephanie, from 1 to 26?
It's fine.
Number 5?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. Number 5 is going to be Jocelyn. Jocelyn is here or no?
Yes, teacher.
Hi, Jocelyn. Can you please answer the question that we have today?
I'm sorry, is the but the connection is the no understand the idea, the activity.
Okay, so don't worry. So you can do it at the end, Jocelyn, over there in the chat. If you check the chat, Jocelyn, you have the information, okay? So at the end, you are going to participate. So Stephanie, give me another number, please.
24.
Okay, thank you. So it's going to be Edenilson, but Edenilson is not here, right?
Yes, I'm here, teacher.
Ah, yes. Hi, Edenilson. Can you
Yes.
answer the question, please?
Yes. I think I should to have been paying attention in the high school.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I have another idea what the story in the university. Maybe.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, right. That happens sometimes because we don't think about it and sometimes we regret, but thank you so much. That is a good example. So now, Byron, you are going to give me another number. So we are going to choose another person, okay? So what
Okay.
is your favorite number?
The number 4.
Number 4. So number 4 is going to be Gabriela. So Gabriela, you are the next one. Hello, Gabriela. Can you listen to me?
Teacher, I have a question because I don't understand the exercise. You say that we have to answer this question, but what question?
The question that I sent on the chat.
So I was reading they say I shouldn't have stopped taking classes.
So that was the question. The question was, what are your biggest regret in your life? That is the question. I sent on the chat.
Oh, okay. The exercise that we did.
Exactly. So now it's going to be an oral. So now it's going to be an oral activity because I want to know your pronunciation, right? So that's why you are going to practice. So Gabi, don't worry. I understand, Gabi, that you had problems with the internet connection. So let's see, Alvin.
Not teacher. Today, the internet for you is perfect. We can hear it.
I'm here.
But the problem is, it's a lot of information that you gave us, and split, teacher. Be mercy with us.
I understand. So don't worry. That's why I am trying to slow down to go step by step because I don't want that it can be too much, right? So let's take it easy. So we are going to continue practice one by one, and we are going to continue having more practice. So Alvin, you are the next one. Alvin, how are you?
I'm fine, and I'm exciting because right now I'm gonna invent the exams. Okay, let me see. Mm, I I shouldn't have eaten uh, dog seafood. Um, because I'm sick.
Okay.
I could have very well with my health.
Okay.
How many example? No, how much example?
Whatever you want. If you want just to give me two, it's okay. Don't worry. The most important is that you participate.
Oh, okay, excellent.
So,
okay, other example. Let me see. I should have bought this video game console, and I would have the best video console.
okay, thank you so much, Alvin. Alvin, what is your favorite number? Can you give me one number, please?
Okay, let me see. Number one.
Number one. So number one is my favorite, and it's Diego. So Diego, you are the next one, my friend.
It's missing.
Diego is not here, so it's going to give me another number. Alvin, give me another one.
Okay, number three.
Number three, Rosa. So Rosa is here, I believe. Let's see. Yes, so Rosa, you are here. So are you able to listen to me? We cannot listen to you, Rosa. Maybe you had a problem with the internet connection. So, Jocelyn, so you can continue, Jocelyn.
Yes, is for example, the activity is a hard study more in the some subject at in the university. I could have the pass to subject more easily.
Yes, good example. Okay, don't worry, Rosa. Also, here was raining yesterday. So I had a question. Do we have any volunteers? Some of you like to participate? Do I have any volunteer that you can share your answers?
Me, teacher? May I?
Go ahead. Yes, sure.
Okay. When I was 20, I should have to start my study at the university. So at that time, I already finished my degree.
Okay,
Yes,
very
just
good. Okay, very good example, Stephanie. I am totally in agreement with you. So let's continue with Miguel. After Miguel, Marcia, and after Marcia, Ena. Okay, and after Ena, Gloria. So Miguel, let's continue.
Okay, thanks. I have an example. My friends from the university are working in a cruise now, But one day they told me that I should take the course with them to be a merchant sailor. Okay. Uh, and I couldn't take it for personal reasons. But now uh, I regret that. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, because I should have taken the course. Um, I could be traveling around the world now. Um, well, yeah, that's it. Someone that I regret. Okay.
Okay, so Miguel, that was kind of sad, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Really sad.
Yes, but don't worry, because in life you are going to have more opportunities in the future. So thank you so much, Miguel, for your examples. Okay.
Thanks, teacher. Thanks.
Excellent. So let's continue with Elena Aguilar. You are the next one.
Okay, teacher. I will have really like to have had an opportunity, but is to go to the university because and now I will have better job and better hiking. um I I will have more opportunities for the other other places for the work. No more, teacher.
Okay, so that is a good example. Yes, right. So that is something that you regret that you didn't do, you didn't do in the past, right? So thank you so much, Elena, for your examples. And let's continue with Anna. Anna, you are going to be the next one.
Yes, teacher. Well, I should have been in art classes when I was younger, uh, because it would be in the university if I had these practices. It would be better ability. We have ability with my hands. And another is if I should have been a good student. No, pardon. If I had been more wiser, I could have understood the teacher at the school. And the other sentence that I wrote is if I had been less lazy, would I have received a lot of presents and at the end of the year when I was a child. That's right.
That's all? Okay, excellent. Very good examples as well. Thank you so much. So let's continue with the next one. I believe that it was Gloria, right?
Yes, because I make another sentence.
Okay, sure.
If I have washed the dishes, I could be resting right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So do I have any other volunteer that would like to participate right now?
Yeah, I would like to participate, coach.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. Tell me.
Okay, let me start by saying thank you for the opportunity, coach. So the question is, what is your biggest regrets, right? Okay. For example, if I had, let me, yeah, if I had continued studying English when I finish my college, I will have learned another language because I wouldn't like about that I always waste my time with my friends. So, and I really think about it that now I would like to learn another language like French. Why? Because something when you learn like to increase your vocabulary, to increase in something that you want. It's really good. So the most thing that I would like to learn another language is like that when you work in a call center, you could learn more money and you could uh, grow up more easily. So For example, if you want to speak 2 languages, you could increase another position.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, just that, coach.
Okay, thank you so much. And also, Joanna is going to participate. But before Joanna, I am going to tell you something, Dennis. That is a good example. You know, when I was in high school, I regret because I had the opportunity to take classes, to take French and English. And in that moment, there was a call center here in Santa Tecla. It was TELUS. And they told me that they are going to pay me $1,000 every month. So 1,000, it was, wow, it was my dream salary in that moment. However, they were asking someone who can speak French, Spanish, and English. In that moment, I was able just to speak Spanish and English, right? But no French. So I missed that opportunity and it was a good salary. So that is something that I regret and I am totally in agreement with you, Dennis. Thank you for that example. So let's continue with Joanna.
Yes, my 3 biggest regrets in my life are first, when I was in third year at the university, I had to stop studying, and I regret that. And I should have continued, but anyway, and I fell behind. I like 2 years, but now I already finished. Besides that, last year I should have learned driving a car. My dad wanted to teach me, but I didn't take advantage. And if I would have learned, learned, I go to wherever I want in my car, but I regret that. Also, I should have studied English before earlier. And I think now I could speak English very well.
Yes, and you are, Joanna. It's a very, I really like the way that you express and the way, the intonation and also your pronunciation. It was very good, Joanna. And thank you. So something very important that everybody, we need to know that sometimes when we commit mistakes and something that we didn't do in the past, for example, that you regret, right? So God, every day he give us a new opportunity in our life. So we can change the decisions or the mistakes that we did in the past so we can do it different in the future, right? So do I have the last volunteer, someone who can participate, just the last one? If not,
Me,
we are going
teacher.
to continue. Okay, go ahead.
I I was writing my example and say when I was course the subject, I should have more attentive in organic chemistry because I could have gotten better grades on pharmacology. I studied pharmaceutical.
Okay, so that is a good example, Harold. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. So now, as you can see on the book, we are going to have a listening, talking about the listening, about the biggest regret. So we are going to have 3 persons over here. So these people, they had been with some regrets. So I would like that everybody, you can listen, and we are going to talk about after we listen this, okay? So let's pay attention, please.
Page 76. Exercise 11. Listening. My biggest regret. Part A. Listen to a conversation between 3 friends about regrets. Write 2 regrets that each person has.
Hey, Ariana. You should come to the movies with Kira and me on Saturday.
Yeah, come with us, Ariana. It'll be fun. I wish I could, but I have to write a paper for that writing course I'm taking. What's it about? My biggest regret in life. I mean, that's a big question. I have regrets, but just one?
Well, what are they?
I've always said I should have spent more time with my grandma while she was alive. And I shouldn't have waited so long to start learning Arabic. If I talked more with my extended family, I could have learned it ages ago. I guess I have lots of regrets. What about you guys?
I think my biggest regret is from when I was a kid. There was this really mean bully at school. I mean, every day he would tease me because of my glasses or my grades or something I was wearing. There was always a reason, and I never defended myself. I just let him say what he wanted and make me feel terrible. And I regret that. I should have talked to him. I should have been more confident.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Ray. You were a kid. And what's important is that you learn from that situation, and you won't let people bully you again.
True. So, do you have regrets, Kira?
Well, I didn't take many difficult classes in high school. I should have been more ambitious. And I didn't do any activities after school. I could have done more volunteer work and helped people more in my spare time. But honestly, I don't believe in regrets. I've learned lessons from my mistakes and have become a better person. No regrets, just lessons learned.
You know what, Kira? I like that idea for my paper. No regrets, just lessons learned.
Perfect. Now go work on your paper so you can go to the movies with us.
Okay, are you in agreement, people? There are no regrets, just lessons on the life? Or what do you think? Over here, I am going to show you the listening. I hope that you are able to see this because sometimes it can be kind of small. I am going to make this screen bigger so you can see this. And I am going to play one more time, okay? So you can, maybe you are able to read this. And I am going to play one more time this, okay? So let's listen very careful because we are going to talk about this, okay? So over here we had Ariana, Ray, and Kira. So let's listen one more time.
Page 76. Exercise 11. Listening. My biggest regret. Part A. Listen to a conversation between three friends about regrets. Write 2 regrets that each person has.
Hey, Ariana. You should come to the movies with Kira and me on Saturday.
Yeah, come with us, Ariana. It'll be fun.
I wish I could, but I have to write a paper for that writing course I'm taking.
What's it about?
My biggest regret in life. I mean, that's a big question. I have regrets, but just one?
Well, what are they?
I've always said I should have spent more time with my grandma while she was alive. And I shouldn't have waited so long to start learning Arabic. If I talked more with my extended family, I could have learned it ages ago. I guess I have lots of regrets. What about you guys?
I think my biggest regret is from when I was a kid. There was this really mean bully at school. I mean, every day he would tease me because of my glasses or my grades or something I was wearing. There was always a reason, and I never defended myself. I just let him say what he wanted and make me feel terrible. And I regret that. I should have talked to him. I should have been more confident.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Ray. You were a kid. And what's important is that you learn from that situation, and you won't let people bully you again.
True. So, do you have regrets, Kira?
Well, I didn't take many difficult classes in high school. I should have been more ambitious. And I didn't do any activities after school. I could have done more volunteer work and helped people more in my spare time. But honestly, I don't believe in regrets. I've learned lessons from my mistakes and have become a better person. No regrets, just lessons learned.
You know what, Kira? I like that idea for my paper. No regrets, just lessons learned.
Perfect. Now go work on your paper so you can go to the movies with us.
Okay, so I had a question for Ariana. So Ariana is the first one over here in the listening, and do you know which was her regret on the life? Mario or Marcia? You can go ahead, Marcia, tell me. So which one do you think, Ariana, was her regret?
I'm not sure, teacher, but it can be don't spend a lot of time with her grandmother, I think.
Excellent. Very good, Stephanie. Yes, so that is what happened with her, right? She said that she couldn't spend too much time with her grandmother, right? Because she passed away. And also she was talking about something that she shouldn't have waited so long to start learning Arabic. So thank you, Stephanie. Thank you so much. So what about Ray? Do you know what was the regret?
Teacher, I have a question for this
Yes,
example with Ariana. And I
yes.
saw that in the box is wrote she should, the apostrophe should be. Is it shouldn't
Mm.
have or should have?
Excellent. Hey, congratulations. That is a very good observation. I really love it. I like it. You know, I was going to explain to you this, however, since, as you know, sometimes it can be too much information, right? But thank you for mentioning that. However, something that I would like to tell you is that as far as I know, that is something kind of informal. For example, if you are talking, the best way is that you have to express in this way, right? So I should have spent more time. So that is the best way because it's a complete sentence and that is more formal. However, also you can say that, as you can see over here, it says I should, and there is apostrophe over here, where over here, what they have done is to do this. So we can do that. However, that is not a good recommendation for me because I had been in some situations where I have talked in this way. And to be honest with you, it's not so formal. Because first of all, this is uncommon. It's not so common that someone can talk or can write in this way. And it's better that we have to create a complete sentence. However, it is okay, okay? It's no, there is any grammar mistake if you are going to be used in this way. However, my best recommendation is to use a complete sentence because it's going to be more formal. It is totally different when you have to use the negative, right? Because over here, as we know, to talk in negative, it is very common that you do this, right? Shouldn't, for example. However, with have, it is something that is not so common, and people can get confused at the moment that you are talking and also the moment that you are writing. So thank you so much for that observation, okay? So let's continue with the number 2, with Ray. So which was the regret that he has?
He should have taken to the bowling because he wanted the school, his classmate bully for the glasses or something like that.
Exactly, thank you. So he said that he should have been more confident, right? Because he was suffering bullying over there in the class. And what about Kira? Do you know what happened with Kira? What she says?
She
Jose or
should be
Idali? Uh-huh.
she
Go
should
ahead, sir.
have been more ambitious in the high school.
Ambitious, right? Yes, thank you. So she said that she should have been more ambitious in high school. And something that I like that she mentioned is that there are no regrets in life, just lessons that we learn, right?
Yes.
So sometimes I said, why I got married with this woman or with this man? So that was not a mistake. It was a lesson that you learned in your life, right? Or something that you say, why I have to travel to San Salvador? I don't like this job. So that was a lesson that you learned in your life. So in the future, you are going to be a better person, right? So thank you everybody for your participation. I really like it. And it is amazing the way that you speak and the way that you express. And I am very happy because I didn't expect that you have been talking too much today. And I really like it. So something that we had over here, and according to you, to the answers that you had given me, I was checking that when you are talking about regrets, because many of you have been talking about your regrets in your life. However, when we are talking about regrets, also there are some consequences, right? For example, that you didn't study or that you didn't spend too much time with your family or with your parents and they already passed away or they already died and you didn't spend too much time. So there is a consequence, right? And over here, as you can see, this is the topic that we are going to check. However, maybe this is going to be a homework because also I have to make the practice. So everybody on the chat, I am going to send the link of the practice, okay? So I am going to show you this, and this is just a practice because on Friday, we had the evaluation, okay? So, and on Friday, we are going to have the first evaluation. It's going to be very simple. It's going to be a piece of cake, okay? So don't worry, you don't have to be scared because it's a simple practice. And I know that maybe it can be difficult. However, I am going to help you. And that's why today we are going to have this practice. I am going to share my screen one more time because I am going to explain to you what we are going to do. So everybody, I need your attention over here. So this is my first practice online. And basically this is how it's going to be the test. The evaluation on Friday is going to be very similar, okay? So over here, it's going to be important that you are going to place your email, okay? So you can say Jose or your name, and just you are going to place your email, okay? So something like that over here. Also, the most important is that you have to provide your full name because in that way, I am going to get a notification and I am going to know the grades. So you are going to have over here your name, and this is going to be the first practice. So over here is simple. So the number one, you are going to write a sentence in a positive and in a negative way using should have. So you are going to write one over here in negative and also one in positive. And what you have to do is should have. Yes? Tell me. I couldn't listen. I was thinking that someone was talking. So let's continue. So that is the question number one. The question number two is something about would have. The same, you have to tell me a positive and a negative sentence. Also with could have. And this is almost similar as we have yesterday, right? Just you have to choose the best option over here. And also at the bottom, the last one, just what we talked today. Just you have to tell me the biggest regret in your life. I want to check the grammar. Also, if you had won the lottery, what things would you have done in your life? That is another question. So over here, you can tell me the many sentences that you want, right? So also the last question is if you could have asked 3 wishes, what things could you have wished for your life? So this is going to be the test. Take the time. We had until 9 p.m. to finish the test. And I am going to send to you the link on the chat, okay? So everybody, please, can you check the chat? Because I had already sent the link.
Teacher,
Yes.
the test is today.
Right now.
Right now.
This is just a simple practice.
Oh my God, teacher.
Don't worry, because this is just a simple practice, okay?
Right now?
Yes.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Anna, are you able to listen, Anna? Because she said that Anna was not able to listen. Alvin, tell me.
No, apparently it is the cake, but we will see.
Yes, it is a piece okay because it's something that we had practiced. So take the time over here. Remember that this is not an evaluation. This is just a practice, okay? However, on Friday is going to be the evaluation and it's going to be very, very similar. So everybody on the chat, you have the link. So God bless you and take your time, okay?
Send today the chat, the group, or only that work in the link.
Only that you have to click on the link. When you click on the link, you can do this test. Also, I am going to send the link on WhatsApp and also over here on the chat, okay?
Okay.
So take the time, you can do it right now. Tenemos más de media hora para hacer. So don't worry. If you have some questions, tell me, okay?
I have a question, coach.
Yes, Dennis.
We're going to use the three conditional.
It's going to be if the question requires. For example, if you are going to check the question number 3, it's going to be the last two questions if you won the lottery. If you won the lottery, yes, you have to use the third conditional over there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And if you had any question, tell me, okay? Do you consider that is difficult or is very easy?
A little bit easy, teacher.
Okay, great. So take your time, okay? Don't worry. Okay, thank you so much to Dennis, Joanna, and Monica that you already finished. Excellent, congratulations. And also for you, Dennis, Joanna, and Monica, I am going to tell you the next activity that we are going to have because this is going to be maybe the homework or it's going to be the next evaluation, okay? So Dennis, Joanna, and Monica, you can start working on the next evaluation that we are going to have. Also, Aleida. On the chat, I sent to you the next activity that we are going to have because also on Friday, we are going to have an oral presentation. So it's going to be like that one. So over there, I sent you the steps on the chat. It's going to be basically very similar to what we have been talking about the regrets. However, today also you are going to mention some consequence. What do you do and what were is the consequence, and if there is any way that you can undo those consequences. So Dennis, Joanna, Monica, and Aleida, since you finished, you can start working on that presentation, okay? Okay, I was checking the 10. You already finished? So it was very easy, right? It looks like.
Coach, I have a news.
Okay, tell me.
I have to charge my computer.
Okay. Take your time.
Thanks.
Finish, teacher.
Thank you.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
in the part of the lottery. Um, um, we have to answer with I will have done.
Exactly. So you have to use the conditional. Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so if you already finished the test, the practice, so you have to get ready for the presentation because on Friday, we are going to have the online test evaluation and also we are going to have an oral presentation. So on the chat, I sent to you for the ones, if you finish, you can get ready for this oral presentation. So this is going to be, maybe we can do it today or we can do it tomorrow, but I would like that if you finish, Aleida, Monica, Joanna, Dennis, and so on, if you finish the test, I would like that you can get ready for the presentation. We have been talking about regrets. You had talked before about regrets, so now you are going to mention the consequence. What did you do and what you can do to do that different, right? So over there in the chat, I sent to you this information that you can get ready.
Teacher, can you send this information to the group of WhatsApp?
Yes, for
Because
sure.
when you finish the classes, we can see this information.
Yes, for sure. I am going to send on WhatsApp, okay? Don't worry.
Thank you, teacher.
You are welcome and congratulations to everybody. I am checking the results because on my email, I am getting your grades and also the notes about this. And almost everybody, you are getting a very good grade. Excellent. So you are doing a good job on the evaluation on this practice that we have. Excellent. When you finish, please tell me on the chat, teacher, I finished. Paola and Elena, thank you so much that you finished. So just in case, I am going to send this information on the chat one more time, because as I said, on Friday, we are going to have the first evaluation. So on Friday, you are going to have an online test, and also you are going to have an oral evaluation. So we have to get ready, right? So I am going to send this information also on WhatsApp and also over here on the chat. So you can get ready and you can start practicing this, right? So also here on the chat, I send this information one more time. So if you finish the online practice, so you can start getting ready for the oral presentation that we are going to have probably tomorrow, because today it's not going to be possible. So it's going to be a homework.
For tomorrow, prepare the presentation for the oral exam tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, teacher. I
That is
punch.
too much, right? That is too much, right? Because I really love my students, I like to practice a lot. Believe me that for me, you have been the best students that I had ever had.
Thank you, teacher. We realize that you really love us.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Mi mamá me decía, yo te pego porque te quiero. So that's why, right? Because she loved me.
No, teacher, that the reason because we have a different teacher, and every teacher has the different form to teach,
Yes.
and you that are very rapidly, so you have a lot of ideas in your mind, but when we have to try to catch it, and don't try to don't stop when you start to practice, because you continue with one exercise and then another one and then another one.
Yes, right. And sometimes I apologize that maybe sometimes we have this is the best way to learn, right? The more you practice, the better knowledge you are going to get. And sometimes what happens is that we don't have too much time, right? And we have to rush a little bit. However, so right now we are trying to slow down. So if you finish the online practice, or if you haven't finished, don't worry. So you can do it later. You can do it tomorrow. If you haven't finished right now, don't worry, okay? So you can do it tomorrow, later, don't worry. So that is not a requirement that you have to do it right now. So just to mention, tomorrow we have this homework for tomorrow that is going to be a practice for the oral presentation, okay? And also thank you so much to Gabby, because I was checking that Gabby, she was able to send this information on WhatsApp. So thank you.
Matando la cuca.
Teacher, the presentation, it is too similar the example for the chat.
Exactly, it's going to be very similar. Just it's going to be for
It's great, great. For example, experience for the past in my life.
Exactly, yes, Elena. And you are going to mention over here is going to be kind of different because you are going to mention the consequence, right? So what happened?
But use the should, the should have a could have other.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, almost everybody finished the test. So as I said, if you haven't finished, don't worry. You can do it later or you can do it tomorrow. Remember that this was just a practice. So I had a question for everybody. It was difficult or it was very easy? What do you think?
For me, difficult.
Difficult.
For me, teacher,
It's
difficult a little bit. I have a kind of confused for the uses, the cool, should,
Yes.
or is my problem.
Don't worry, tomorrow we are going to practice more. So
Yes.
Joanna says that it was a little bit difficult. What do you think? The others, Mario, Harold, Alvin, Dennis?
Yes,
Me
teacher,
too.
it's a little bit difficult because it's the grammar.
Yes, right? It's the grammar. What do you think, the others? It was easy or it was a piece of cake or it was difficult?
Difficult on grammar.
It's a piece of hard,
Okay,
hard brain.
however, let me tell you the following. Right now, I am checking the results and it was very good. I am very happy because the results, I am checking that it was so good. So thank you so much and congratulations. So everybody, thank you for participating and also for the test. And I would like to clap for you, okay? You did a good job. Thank you so much. And congratulations.
It was tiripa.
So everybody, God bless you and have a beautiful night. See you tomorrow, okay?
Thank you, teacher.
That's into you, teacher.
See you.
Good night, see you.
Coach, I have a question.
Goodbye. God bless
Bye-bye.
Take care of you.
all of you.
Coach,
God bless you. Take care. Have a beautiful night.
coach,
Yes, Dennis, tell me.
I have a question.
Yes, tell me.
But I know that is impossible. But I would like to say, can I pass on the oral presentation on Saturday?
We can talk about tomorrow, Dennis. I am going to talk with the coordinator, okay, about that.
Yeah, coach, I know I'm joking.
Okay, don't worry.
See you, coach.
See you.
Take
Take
care.
care. Have a beautiful night. God bless you. Bye-bye.